Capricorn.
Hello everyone, it's great to see you, and the channel here is new, so I'm going to have to ask you to resubscribe so I can get these videos to your inbox. And before we start the forecast, let me just update you that your monthly recorded audio scopes are up, and also your daily scopes. And thank you for all the great feedback on that. It is for a limited time free for you to go listen every single day. So just go to the website here and you can see what is up on a daily basis. Let's go to your forecasts. Hello Capricorn, this is your November forecast for 2013. And this month for you, well, it's going to be quite social. You have the Sun and Mercury and the new moon here in the 11th house, which has to do with hopes, dreams, wishes, your networks, your circle of friends, groups and organizations too. So it could be quite the chatty month, reaching out, sharing insights and so forth, or just simply going a little deeper with one another, since the Sun and Mercury here and the new moon is still in Scorpio. So in that, there's more the sense of authenticity, what it is you're wanting to communicate, what it is you're wanting to share, getting those insights, deriving at those truths. This is what this is going to be about here this month. And the new moon is pretty powerful here this month. It's going to be on the 3rd, and it's a new moon eclipse. So that gives a punch of 3 new moons all in once. And of course, the new moon is also when we set our intentions. So it would be in this area. What intentions is it you want to derive to? Well, that would be wanting to have true, authentic communication with friends, groups, organizations, and those networks. It's really getting to the crux of things here now. And this is what Capricorn likes, though, because you guys are ruled by Saturn, and Saturn also has that karmic tinge to it, and Scorpio always wants to get to the truth of things. But then again, it could also be new friends, new people that you meet and will be associating with this month here that can be quite important to you, and actually carry quite the mark of this depth that you seek in new people. And Venus here this month is now cruising through your 12th house, and it gives it a Neptunian feel because the 12th house is ruled by Neptune. Neptune has to do with everything that's ideal. It's also a little bit pulled back, so you might feel emotionally, or should I say romantically too, that November will be a little bit by holding a little bit back, or reflecting, meditating upon those things that you value, which Venus represents, whether that be love and romance, or if it is your finances you're wanting to meditate upon, or material things. It could be anything that you desire. Well, it's really going to be quite powerful because it's cruising through the sign of Sagittarius, fire sign, but it's in that water house. Okay, so it's going to get a little steamy in there as you try to figure out what it is you're laying the new grounds for, because 12th house concludes the whole last year's cycle, and now it's just about here to move into the 1st house, which you will see on the 5th. And for you Capricorns to have Venus in your 1st house, well, it's always the best sign, the best house to have Venus in, because then we radiate that Venetian energy, which makes it just, you know, all you girls just look that much more beautiful, right? So, and even for you guys too, you might feel that you're going to be attracting more women here this time of year when Venus cruises through. So that's from the 5th onwards up till the 5th, and at the end of October here, if you're listening to this video early, well, focus on those things that you feel are laying a little bit under the surface. What it is you really want, what it is you want to achieve as well, and financially, what goals do you hold? Great time. It's like being in your little cocoon here before you can come out and finally flap your wings. So we have Mars too here, Capricorn, this month, ninth house. So that's for you, really reaching for those higher ambitions, those higher goals. It rules education too. So, you know, some of you might be signing up for courses, looking to take an extra class perhaps, to add to your already existing education. If you will be traveling, this area also rules long distance travel, or also foreign people and places. Having Mars there might just mean that you might meet somebody on this trip. In that case, it will be a male person that could come to be important to you on some level or another. So, but it's our energy, it's our drive, it's our ambition, all those Marsy things, ninth house. Maybe if you have been writing something, then this would be a great time to start publishing or getting it out there to publishers. Anything within the academia here right now, it is going to behoove you. Mars is going to be with us here for a little bit, so make the most out of the journey while he's here visiting this neck of your woods. And we have a Jupiter still, of course, which it will be until somewhere next year, cruising through your 7th house of love and relationships. So you will see still how Jupiter is helping you expand this area, nurturing this area, and also for you perhaps feeling that you're getting a whole lot more than usual at other times, support from perhaps your significant other as well, which is, you know, a beautiful thing. This is the time to kind of create those new routines between the two of you, because if you could really get this here settled in how you work, how you balance, how you share your responsibilities and love, well, listen, hey, it's got the power to go a full 12 years ahead with what it is you're grounding right now in these patterns in your relationships. So think about that. It's not just now, but it's now that we're laying down the roots and the patterns, right? Good habits. Then we have here also Saturn still working and chugging along, and Saturn here is in your 11th house too. So you might be binding some contracts that are important to you. Any kind of negotiations would also be beneficial, especially because here it's working itself up to, it's not exact yet, but it is slowly but surely working itself up to some kind of contractual agreements that can be a long-term benefit for you, especially for those of you looking for partnerships, one-on-one partnerships, or going into any kind of business. That would be good. And let's just take a look at the top of the month and how things are going to be starting out here for you, Capricorn, because it's going to start with a big like this, okay? Uranus, Pluto square, exact square here on the 1st. What that is doing, it's like really shedding. It's cracking through that cocoon, and it hurts when these buds burst. But ooh, how beautiful what comes out of this bud. This is how you want to think about it. So October for many of you, and which some of you maybe have listening in on the daily scopes too. October has been a push-pull. We got that Uranus-Pluto. We've had Venus-Mars for a long time, kind of also butting heads, trying to find the correct balance between the sexes and also the correct balance within oneself. And so here this month, starting out now, here we come. Here's some of the results of what you've been working through there in October. In October, quite special there. Mercury and Mars, they're going to figure it out. They're going to have good talk together on the 1st. So whatever communication agreement that you're considering to take on, well, I see the burst of energy to go do it, get it done. The Sun also here, sextile Pluto, so this is a transformative thing. Whatever it is you're putting your energy towards on this goal, well, Pluto has the potential to take this transformation and communicate it and bring it out. So for you, that will be between groups, dreams, hopes, wishes, organizations, and your financial aspect, okay? So something there. If you're having a interview, for example, or being called into review at work. Great time to have that. Great time to ask also even for a raise. Anything that now can stimulate your income or your sense of self, of self-esteem and self-value. Great time, November 1st. This is being followed up on the 3rd when the Sun also sextiles Mars. And this is between the 9th and the 11th house. So whatever you're doing there on the 1st might become a little bit more broadcast out on the 3rd. Mars is joining that party that just happened and will now start putting things, kicking things into action and direction. And should be a very positive time. This is also the day of your new moon. So you will feel that whatever it is here on the 3rd, those new roots that this new moon eclipse is going to set, well, it's got the potential to stay with you for a long, long time. So make the best out of the 3rd. Then, as said, Venus is going to move into your sign on the 5th. Enjoy that. It's going to be there throughout the rest of the month. It's going to be a journey that you will love, each and every one of you, whether you're male or female. You will love it just the same. We have the Sun and the Saturn. They're conjunct on the 6th in that area of the 11th house. So this is also a good time to have set down new rules, regulations, or to have a talk to some higher up, whether that's an employee, whether it's a parent figure, father, grandfather type of authority. Well, it's good. And Jupiter, will turn retrograde on the 8th. This is in your 7th house of partnerships. And Jupiter has been going direct there all, spring, summer. And now it's going to take a hiatus for probably 4 to 5 months. So you will notice that the support that you've been having will kind of slow down a little bit. But anywhere Jupiter is, whether she's direct or retrograde, the power of Jupiter is so big that it'll still be with us. We'll still feel it, even in the retrograde motion. But you may notice it, especially if you've come to rely on your partner for this, and that. Well, maybe now he or she needs a little break, a little step back, a little understanding, a little consideration of their life as well. Not saying that that's going to create any drama or anything. You will just notice that there is a shift. However, though, as Jupiter goes retrograde, Neptune's going to start going direct. So it's going to go stationary here on the 13th, 12th, 13th. And Neptune for you is in your 3rd house of communication. So you will feel slowly but surely, it takes time for Neptune to kind of pick up, but Neptune will start opening up that imagination again. Your ability to communicate in very visual ways. It's like dream time, dream state type communication. If you feel that you haven't been as creative in your ways, well, that's coming back, and that's going to be with us now for at least many months. And slowly but surely, you'll see how that also is going to stimulate you. And then on the 14th, Venus is going to do a couple of things here. It will be squaring Uranus. It will be here with Pluto, conjunct Pluto. And Pluto is in your 1st house. So it's going to be quite an intense day on the 14th. That kind of intensity can be really, really good when it's good. It's passion, anything where you put that passion to. And a high passion is always a good passion. However, though, it's also at the same time going to be squaring Uranus. Uranus is in your 4th house for the home. Now, having this square, both with Uranus and being conjunct Pluto, well, if there's issues that's been laying and just simmering for a while, which hasn't been expressed, you might just see how something's going to shoot, to the surface. Because we have that Uranus-Pluto square with this tension, this friction. Well, adding Venus to it might be that this tension at this time that's coming out and being discussed has to do with home, family matters, and how you use your money. So it's going to be a money talk, discussion, or disagreement that can come around there. How you use your money and so forth. On the 19th, Mars and Jupiter here is going to be in a trine. That is really beautiful. No, it's not. It's going to be in a sextile. Excuse me. Sextile, so Mars, your drive, your ambition, Jupiter here, being expansive. Now, it could be your partner here at this time here, wanting, needing to do something, to take some new action somewhere. And a time for you to be supportive to your partner here on the 19th. Now on the 21st, the sun's moving into Sagittarius, so it's out of your 11th house and now going into this hidden space. December for you, Capricornians, even though we got Christmas, we got all the holidays and so forth, but for Capricornians, December represents the month where you kind of like pull a little bit back within your own shell. When I say shell, well, normally you think it's the crabs, the Cancerians having a shell. But as a Capricorn, you represent Cancer too, your opposite sign. The Cancerians carrying the shell. So when the sun is in the opposite sign here, for you, it's more like wanting to pull back and wrap up the whole journey of the entire full last year. When the sun transits through the sign prior to yours, well, then it is reflecting. It's going back over all the goals that you have been able to achieve and been good about. And it's also reflecting on those things you wanted to do, never got around to doing. So that's kind of like creating all these mental lists of what you want to do and be prepared for and get on with next year. So a little time to just be good to yourself, not a time to push forward. It's time to allow things to sink in instead. We have the full moon on the 17th. For you, that's going to be in the 5th house for children. Also for creativity and leisure and all those fun things that you would like to do. So make sure that you take some time off there on the 17th to really enjoy this full moon. It's a harvest moon for you, especially in this area. And if you're also thinking about starting any new businesses, this area will light up for any kind of such creative project. It could also bring a creative project to conclusion for you as well, Capricorn. Now Mercury is, yes, still retrograde. It is in your 11th house. It will be retrograde here in this area until the 13th. So you want to probably, I'd like to say, think about what it is you're communicating with your friends and how you communicate. Some of you might even see that there's old friends popping up from the past that you haven't seen nor heard from for a very long time. Well, this would be the time to reconnect. And this is from here October to the direct motion on the 11th. Yes, so it's from the October 21st to November 11th. You'll see this period be very active with hearing from your friends, long-term friends. So the month is going to end here on the 30th with the Sun and Uranus a trine. So there might be a little, I'd like to say, unexpected thing happening here. It could just be some good news. It could be a gift. It could be some surprise taking place for you. And I'd like to say that would be between your 12th and your 4th house. So it could be from a family member. It could just be you also surprising one of your family members with something that represents something new, unexpected, exciting. So it's always nice to have a good last day of the month, right? So hey, listen guys, do please remember to subscribe, or should I say resubscribe, so I can get you back on my list, so I can get these videos to your inbox, and also listen to your moon and rising sign, as we're going to listen now how you can listen to your daily scopes. Bye now. Okay, so let me walk you through how you're going to find your daily scopes and how to listen to them, download them. It's actually very simple. You go up here to the address bar and you type in zeitgeist.com. That is the home page. When it comes up, you go to your daily scopes right there, and you'll see you have your daily scopes right here. Now the ones that are activated, you will see that they are a little darker here in pink, and I add in as we go along. And these are free. It's a promotion until November 15th. So what you want to do, say you want to go to the 12th, well, you click on the 12th here on this page, and up comes here, and you will see on the right hand side the daily scopes right here, and you just go to your free download now. And you can check out other dates too if you want to go back in time, and if something special happened, well, go check that out, you know, and see what happened that day. But say you want to download here October 11th, you go to free download. It will take you right here. You put in your email address. I'll put mine here. You go submit. And here is your daily scope right here. It'll say download, and it will download directly to you. You open up with your default player. I have Windows Media Player. Click OK. Up comes your file, and you will be able to listen to it immediately. It's just waiting here as it's uploading that file. And why is it taking a little bit? Let me just do that again. Open. There we go. There's the file, and it will start playing here immediately. And you can just listen through it, and it goes. They're probably mainly between 5 to 8 minutes. This one here is 5 minutes, but yeah. So you can listen to it. You can go back. You can listen to another date. You can come back every day. It is a free thing for right now, and if you would like to share this with your friends, go ahead and send them this link that I have here on Daily Scopes. I made a mini URL here, and you can just copy and paste this, oops, right there, and send that to your friends, and I will see you next month.